In this video, I will be telling you exactly how to solve skinny fat. So please continue watching. This is essentially what skinny fat looks like. I'll show a picture of me here from a couple months ago. It's when you're at a normal weight. So here, for example, I weighed like 74 kilos at 178 centimeters. If you put that in the BMI chart, it's like healthy weight, but you still look fat, right? I don't look toned. I don't look skinny. I don't have those skinny boy abs. I have like stomach. I can grab it. I can grab it like this, I can grab it and just, tear it apart or whatever. I am at a normal weight. I don't look jacked. I look fat. That's what skinny fat is. And look at the first word in skinny fat. Skinny. Which is very, very important in this scenario. The reason that you look skinny fat is because, first of all, you're skinny. That belly fat, it will never ever go away if you try to cut. So if you try to cut, you try to lose fat, you will just fuck yourself up, and that belly fat will never ever go away because you don't have any muscle. Skinny fat is essentially someone who lacks significant amount of muscle mass, making him look fat. And this is where a lot of us get tricked, and me as well. So if you go on YouTube and you type in skinny fat solution, right? So you type in how to solve skinny fat. You'll first of all get Jeff Nippard with this video about body recomposition. You'll get Athlean-X talking about body recomposition. You'll get Vitruvian talking about body recomposition. What do you know? All three of them, they sell like this program or book or whatever that's supposed to teach you how to lose fat and build muscle at the same time, which is body recomposition. You understand? They earn a fuck ton of amount of money by keeping you in this novice cycle where you're skinny fat. You're not making any progress. And thanks to this YouTuber called Revival Fitness, my eyes were completely open, dude. So I'm going to be explaining why just doing, body recomp or cutting will not work to solve your belly fat problems, like the skinny fat thing. Because muscle mass, like that can really determine your metabolic rate, right? Because muscle, it is very dense. So you can have a little bit of muscle, but it weighs as much as this amount of fat. And you need a lot of energy to sustain that muscle, which will mean that your maintenance calories will go up. If you add muscle mass to your frame, what will happen is that it will allow you to eat more, which in return will diminish those, fat that you have in your stomach. So when you eventually have bulked up like 20 kilos, it fills up your frame. And when you fill up your frame, your belly fat will be stretched out and it will be reduced because you have more muscle underneath it. And that's what the thing is. Skinny fat, usually when you're doing your body recomp program, so I need you to see if this relates with you, right? So if you're on your skinny fat programs with Jeff Nippard or whatever, you're not really making progress in the gym with regard to your strength, right? Because I'm sure you're not, if you're not doing 100 kilo on the bench, I'm not as well. But if you're not even doing 60 kilos for reps, you're very bad in this situation. You're fucked, like me a couple months ago. If you cannot even do 60 for reps, you're fucked. And they are fucking you very, very hard. So they rely on keeping you in this hamster thing where the hamster runs around because they can milk the fuck out of you for money. And you have to understand this one subtle change in mind, right? The novice phase, where you look like skinny fat, it's supposed to end as soon as possible. That's the whole purpose of the novice phase. It's a means to an end. So how do we solve this? What's the quickest way that we can remove our belly fat and have a normal physique? You need to bulk. Don't be fucking scared. The first word was skinny fat. So the thing we need to solve first is removing your skinniness. I'm working on that as well. And to be honest, not to brag, but it's been going very well ever since I started bulking instead of, trying to do cuts. I've made nice increases in my strength and in my physique. And how I want you to do this, I want you to go on a BMI calculator on the internet. A TDE calculator. Type in your stats and you'll get your maintenance calories. In my case, that's around 200 and 2,800, something like that. And then I want you to add 300 to 500 calories on top of that. And I want you to eat that every single day. And then Once you're doing that, make sure that your food comes from 90% clean, nutritious foods. If you need to eat chocolate and shit, you're gonna look like a fucking bastard after the bulk is done. But for me, I've been bulking, for example, I've been bulking around for 6 months now, and I mean, like, I don't look obese, right? I don't really look like I'm a fucking fat prick like these guys will tell you. I look normal. I look maybe a little, like, physique-wise, a little bit better than normal, maybe. So you should be eating 90% clean foods. You can fill up the rest of your calories with something like a snack, because otherwise you might be too bloated. You need to understand you're going to eat a lot of food, and it helps if you can have a snack with a lot of calories that can help you fill that up. Second of all, I want you to hop on a novice program. There are thousands on the internet, but I will show you a video which is from Revival Fitness, where he ranks a couple of them. You can choose one, and then you pick one and you stick to it. Remember, guys, when you're in the novice phase, you're skinny fat. This blows people's minds, all right? You should be able to add 2.5 kilograms, I don't know, like that's 5 pounds, to your main compound lift, so your squat, your deadlift, and bench, like every week, like every 1 to 2 weeks. When I was doing the body recomp shit, it would take me like 6 months to add like 5 kilos, which is 10 pounds. And I can easily do that in like 2 weeks right now. That's the difference. That shit will blow your mind. But make sure that you also pick a program that has a bit of, accessory work, which will allow you to build some of, the more aesthetic muscles, the fun shit that will let you like hit your biceps and your back and, your chest a little bit. So you don't really focus on just the strength part, which is like boring for training. So you need a bulk, and you need a program which is built for novices, like linear progression, where you're able to put on weight every time you go to the gym and increase your strength. It will take some time. Like, y'all just want like results in a week or two? No. It will take 1 to 2 years. And when that is done, you will look better than 99% of the people on the planet, dude. You will look like you lift, because I'm like 6 months in, don't necessarily look like a lift. But when I was like a novice doing the body recomp shit, I definitely did not look like I lifted. And I was doing that shit for 2 years. So 2 years in the gym, and like no one would have noticed that, I was even in the gym. Now people kind of start to notice, right? After 2 years, you should realistically be benching 100 kilos, deadlifting 160, squatting 130, overhead pressing, I don't know, like maybe 60, 70, 80, something like that. If you're hitting those numbers, good on you. You will look fucking amazing, and your skinny fat will be solved. Another important thing to keep in mind is that as soon as you start gaining weight, it's the same as losing weight. So over time, your maintenance calories will change because you have more mass on you, which will mean that you continually need to add more calories into your diet to, continue the bulk. Otherwise, you're just maintaining at that point. I made this mistake for the past month. I didn't increase my calories. I forgot to do it, honestly, and like my weight stalled, my strength stalled, and now I started eating more food again, and I started making progress again. So don't make that mistake. So to recap, don't believe these fucking bastards that tell you to cut or to do body recomposition. You need to bulk. Eat 90% clean foods. Bulk on 500 calories or 300, somewhere in between that. Pick a program that's for novices where you can add weight every single week. I will link a video in the description from Revival Fitness where he ranks them. And after doing that, you will look like you lift, and you won't look like a skinny fat guy with the skinny arms and the fat stomach. My name is Danny. I want to help improve your life one level at a time. If you enjoyed this video, click on the like button and click on the subscribe button. Leave a comment thinking on what you liked about this video and what I should improve. Goodbye.